Hey, Randy Joe here, and welcome back to the channel where today we're going to be checking out a much requested album in my comment section as of late. That, of course, being the brand new Hval album, Iris Silver Mist. Before we get started today, I just want to say if you want to see this video unedited, go ahead and check out the description down below. For $5 a month, you get every video I release for $5 completely unedited. So if that sounds interesting, you go ahead and check that out. At 42 minutes and 44 seconds and 13 tracks, this is the 9th album from Miss Hval, an artist who I've never actually checked out prior to this and was completely unfamiliar with until the recent flood of comments I have received asking me to check this one out. And I went ahead and I skimmed a couple of tracks. I didn't listen to them in full. I just skimmed it just out of pure curiosity of who this artist was, and I quickly found myself fascinated and intrigued by the very dreamy sounds that appear on here. But I haven't given this a full listen. I haven't given any of the tracks a full listen, so this will be a fresh first listen, of course. And I'm pretty excited, seeing as this does kind of remind me of Julia Holter's album, Have You in My Wilderness. I'm really hoping for an album such as that, considering I think that album is essentially perfect. So with that comparison in mind, I'm very excited to check out what Jenny has to offer today. I'm expecting some dreamy, ethereal soundscapes here. Sorry, I'm getting tangled up in the wires. But let's kick it off with the first track here, Lay Down. Really nice soft strings here. And her vocals, that slight, almost like reverby, distant, dreamy sound to it. Gorgeous vocals. Okay. Love the very distant instrumentation. Some nice reverb on it, giving that, again, very dreamy appeal. Oh, I love that. Just quick shimmery synth there. Slides into the mix. Oh. Very like spring-like and kind of rejuvenating. Loving the ambience too. These birds coming in, giving this very tranquil scene. Certainly in some sort of like, almost like paradise. And that synth just skittering in the background.
1995. You were the daughter. And tonight, when I looked up from my notebook, there was a sky in my hand.
Like that, a little bit of spoken word as well coming in. I hope we get maybe more of that. Wow. A great track, super dreamy. I feel like we're on some sort of trek through the woods. Gorgeous. Let's go into the next one here. To Be a Rose. A nice transition as well with those nature sounds. Total tone shift here. Bit more ominous.
This stage is obviously literally falling apart.
Quite a vibrato in her voice.
But too far.
I like the percussion on here. It's given a very almost like tribal jungle-like sound. Oh. This one getting quite uplifting and triumphant in a way. Love her vocals. Those backup vocals kind of coming together, elevating her, kind of breaking free. I like that one as well. Really shifts quite a bit from that intro, which was more ominous and slow building in tone. And then by the end, we're breaking through. It's very triumphant. It feels very enveloping and kind of enlightened in its sound. Here's I Want to Start at the Beginning. A short one at only 2.5 minutes here.
I want to start at the beginning.
Okay.
In the parking lot outside my local burger place. I feel a longing.
I like the... She's almost taking us on like a journey through her memories so far on this LP. It feels like, lyrically at least, full of vivid imagery. Maybe there's like a nostalgia that runs deep into the DNA of this LP. These synths certainly feel nostalgic. Love the haziness of these synths.
Juicy, warm, voluptuous.
Quite a
with
dissonant
muscle and fat, texture
kind of track here.
real.
Almost like a segue.
I used to be that.
Quite a poetic finish there. Very nostalgic, like I suggested. Here's All Night Long, which certainly feels a lot more metallic right off the bat. Having a conversation with her recording software. I feel like we're in the midst of her kind of creative process here, you know, she's kind of detailing that.
With the choices, she found herself absent from her own house. Happy birthday.
Bit of a, love that little passage there. A bit of a COVID project in a sense there, kind of carrying on themes of the pandemic. This LP certainly kind of like I was hoping is kind of honing in that vibe that Julia Holter crafted quite well on Have You in My Wilderness, a record that I, again, have said is essentially a perfect album. I plan to do a video perhaps one day on it because I think it is just so fantastic. I did a reaction a long time ago the first time I heard it. But my point is, that's a fantastic record that has a very dreamy, beautiful, kind of ethereal soundscape that feels very nostalgic for kind of childhood in a sense, or just, you know, better days. And Jenny Hval here is kind of capturing that sound and adding her own twist and adding, I would say, more synths to the mix. And it's an interesting evolution. I'm liking it a lot. Whether or not the influence is intentional, I don't know. Makes for such a easy and breezy kind of record. Okay.
What do I choose?
I love the use of these drawn out string sections as well. A train? Or at least mimicking a train there. I feel like we are in the countryside with this record. Lots of themes of quite a few themes of death throughout this record. Here we're mentioning a coffin. Earlier in the LP, can't remember what it was, but there was one that felt kind of reminiscent of themes of loss, perhaps grief. Wonder if that is a pivotal role in the narrative here. I'm not sure. Or at least just life in general.
Just what I do.
A very delicate singer too.
Performing on top of my bones, mine and my family's bones.
Like,
As long as I'm performing, I'm not choosing or dying. I'm performing in the speed of light, faster than autotune can read and transform a note, faster than a microphone can pick up any sound, dodging the entire industry, just a living matter moving through light and shadow. Happy birthday!
love the spoken word passage. Very quick. Oh. And it's all just suddenly coming together here in this outro. Another solid track, certainly lengthier. It definitely felt like the structure was pretty loose. Definitely kind of went into different avenues that I didn't expect, like stripping it back for that spoken word passage. That opening kind of, it would seem, detailing the creative process of making music. Not too sure what this track is about. She is quite a poetic songwriter and not necessarily directly poetic in what she's saying. I would imagine with multiple listens and a deeper focus on the lyrics, this would be quite an enriching album to discover. But I do love what I'm hearing on a sonic level. It just sounds, like I said, very refreshing, very nostalgic, super easy to take into. It's great on the ears. Let's keep going. The next one here. Heiner Muller?
To write about
Heiner Miller. I'm unfamiliar.
I text about his text, snook in and out of meaning,
Perhaps a poet.
like a shy kid shoplifting in a department store. At one point quoting one of Miller's
A German poet.
poems in a very small
I'll have to look into that.
about
I
pigeons.
I love these smaller tracks too, kind of segued between these lengthier ones. They kind of just feel like, kind of a deeper focus into the inner workings of Jenny here. Here's You Died. Again, another track referencing death. I feel like this LP certainly seems to be hinting at some sort of grieving or loss. Quite a punchy production right off the bat here. Man, those very spacey elements, synths and electronic, really hit you out of nowhere there. Hold on. I love that drop, that cutoff there when she says died. Feels so sudden. Kind of mimicking death. The drumming on this LP has been fantastic. Christian Ness? Maybe I'm mispronouncing. What a great set of percussion on that track. Super clear, super crisp. Again, carrying on themes of loss and grief, it would seem. Quite a spiritual kind of sounding record as well. Here's Spirit Mist.
In the beginning.
Wait a minute. I want to start at the beginning of the lyric here. A callback to track 3, perhaps. Loving the structure of this record. Very unconventional with a lot of callbacks, it would seem. This is another one where certainly a tone setter, an atmosphere. Kind of developing track here. Very ethereal. I feel like we are entering a kind of dreamlike heaven. Maybe touching with the afterlife with those themes of death. Oh, this segue, I wonder. I don't know what free is. Let's segue into it. Slides into it.
To resist, to breathe out, trying not to breathe in too much. If I only breathe.
This one's quite hypnotic.
Mostly out.
Especially that bass line. Dum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Oh! Were the bongos coming in a second? Oh. Just a tease. Our drummer, back in full effect. Ba-dum, bum, bum. This is a great kind of groove this track has. Love how full this track and the production feels here. What a beautifully, gradually growing track this one was. Oh, speeding it up. Breaks it down into the artist is absent into a bit of a dance track. What is going on here? Such an ominous kind of groove we found ourselves in here. Oh my god. I feel like we're going backwards in time to like the 90s and 80s with this drum beat. That was a groovy one. Let's go into Huffing My Arm. Let's keep it going. A lot of short tracks on this back end of the record here. Great use of ambience too on this record here. I feel like we are in like a ghost world or something throughout this record. Like we are just out of touch with reality. Let's go into the next track here. Let's keep it going. The Gift. Another segueing track there. Back to the funky kind of futuristic groove there. Liking that snap. Again, the room after the show, stage is disassembled now. Again, are we in the afterlife? Have we passed and moved on? I don't know. But it definitely feels like a purgatory or some sense of it. Oh, love these strings, it sounds like, coming in. Another quick one. Lots of very distinct lyrics. It seems like we are, I could be wrong, I could be entirely off base here, but it seems like we have perhaps died and we are now looking at perhaps the world or the life through a, purgatory lens. At least that's how it feels. At least that's how some of the lyrics come on, kind of give off. Whatever it is, it sounds fantastic. I'm loving the atmosphere. I'm loving the production. I love how, whenever you get comfortable in a sound, this record seems to do a total tone shift and instrumentally kind of go into a different direction than one would expect. Here's a ballad. Let's keep it going. Already almost done, too. The pacing of the record is incredibly fluid and rapid. Perhaps almost like kind of looking back at your life as an artist, and maybe it's self-referential to Jenny Hval here, kind of looking back at her life as a musician. 9 albums deep, maybe she is considering her life. Even that as well, maybe hinting towards heaven. Or perhaps her music is kind of one of like a medium. She's speaking perhaps to the afterlife. A lot of ways I feel like this could be interpreted. I like that one as well. Again, very sweet melodies throughout this LP. Very otherworldly, kind of giving into the themes of like this otherworld nature. Here's I Want the End to sound like this again. Seemingly about death, in my opinion. This one I think might be instrumental only. It's like maybe an accepting of death here. Or a long, tranquil fade out of life. Definitely feels like a peaceful kind of slumber after a troubled life, perhaps. Very tranquil. Loving the synths on this one. Another great track, super ambient in focus, and kind of closes things out in a way that is, again, kind of leading itself into the themes of death, of moving on, of going into the afterlife. And a long fade out here. Okay, that does it for Iris Silver Mist. What a well-paced record. I gotta say, right off the bat, that's my first takeaway here. 42 minutes. Honestly felt like at most 30 minutes. This thing just flew by. I really think it just kind of goes with the breeziness of the record, the sounds, the kind of art pop focus that's also very chamber pop, of course, kind of, you know, a similar genre, which definitely makes it feel very light, very airy, very reminiscent, like I said, of Julia Holter's Have You in My Wilderness. And I loved what this brought to the table. I love the themes of kind of death, of loss, of maybe looking back at your life as an artist and perhaps what you contributed to the world at large. The production on this thing, crisp, clean, gorgeous, luscious. Also, you know, when those drums would come in on certain tracks too, they cut through that very soft, very airy kind of focus. It made like a huge kind of splash in that sound. It felt very reinvigorating in a way. Really beautiful record that was gorgeously poetic as well. Hval, an artist, again, like I said, completely unfamiliar with before being recommended this in the comments. And at 180,000 monthly listeners, she needs a lot more. She's 9 albums deep, and 180,000 at 9 albums deep being this incredible of a musician, it's kind of unfortunate that she doesn't have more listens, but hopefully she will take off. I mean, this record seems to be doing decent streaming wise. I do hope more people look to it. If you're unfamiliar and just joining on this channel, hopefully this will turn you towards her because she's deserving of it. Just a great record, and there's not much more to say about it. It's just such an easy listen. It's a beautiful listen. It's very kind of spring focused in a way. It just feels like a nice kind of ray of light, of sunshine on you as you maybe ascend to the heavens or pass on to the afterlife. You know, just a solid record. Not much else to say about it. So that does it for today's video. If you like the video, please hit like and subscribe to follow along in listening to more new albums alongside myself, as well as Bjork's discography, which we are just finishing out pretty soon, and the Pink Floyd discography, and anything else that kind of comes my way. If you want to see the unedited version of this album, please check out the Patreon down below. I will link it in the description as always. For $5 a month, you get all my videos unedited, including this one and every other album I've covered this year. But, as always, my name is Randy Joe. I appreciate you watching, and I'm signing off.